Hey everyone, Mike from Junkie on Crafts and Builds here. After a long hiatus, we're coming back with a bang, and that is because we are going to be talking about the Zolocon 2026 Valaverse early exclusive figure, the Black. Now, this was a very high demand figure at Zolocon. In fact, Bobby sold out of all of his copies Saturday, I want to say around 11:30. So congratulations to Bobby for another wonderful and successful start. Now, I will caveat to everyone who didn't go to Zolocon and didn't get a copy of this, please do not fall for FOMO and go onto eBay and pay the overinflated prices. Wait a little bit longer. Bobby said the rest of Series 6, including more figures like this, as well as the rest of the Black, as well as the other half of Series 6, will be on the water or is on the water and should be up on his site in April. So please, you don't fall for overinflated prices. It's never worth it. But anyway, we got this simple black cardboard box with this beautiful logo of the Black, illustrated by my friend Quentin J. Bedwell. Looks phenomenal. And the reason it's a black box is because, as typical for Bobby, there are 100 variants which have a glow-in-the-dark head. Spoiler alert, the ones I got, I didn't get one, I got one of the standard ones. But shout out to fellow 3POA hooligan Roll Keeper. He had the lucky rabbit's foot this weekend and was able to secure one of the glow-in-the-dark exclusives. So shout out to him. Awesome job. So yeah, it's a simple front, simple back, tape to the top and bottom. So let's go ahead and get it out. And here we have the Black out of the cardboard packaging, and this front, this new design looks so freaking awesome. I love the black and the dark gray offset on here, white Valaverse across the top, the Black along the side. No number, obviously, because this is going to be the subline. Maybe they're not going to start them off like that. Black across the logo, big blister showing the figure and all the accessories you're going to get, and we'll talk about it. Single plastic strap across the torso for those that are looking for this figure in the aftermarket and you're wondering if it's mint in box or not. There is your telltale sign, because this is still the collector friendly packaging. So you got your tabs on the bottom, side and top that you can pull off, put everything back as you wish. We got this nice beautiful promo shot from Sean Kenneray, visual approach photo. I mean, these are the promo shots, and he is a master at his craft. Just beautiful packaging. So going up here to the combat profile, we have this really nice, running into the theme of the modern day pirate. Here for the combat profile, again, the logo for the Black on the bottom. New artist for the actual image of the Black here, but this is the bio if you want to pause and read that right there. He is worth 3 spoils, so that's a new coin for this subline. I'm not sure what that's going to entail in the future, but we will all be there for the ride. Again, packaging, Amanda Mastriano, Bob Keel, maybe he's the artist, and then Sean Kenneray again for the photography. There's the UPC if you ever need it for the Black. All right, let's get him out. And here is the Black out of packaging, and guys, fans of the brand are going to be ecstatic when they get this figure, as well as the rest of the Black in hand. It's really striking. So let's kind of zoom in and get a close look at the aesthetics of the Black. Just right off the bat, the aesthetics with the soft goods is just striking. And like I said, this is all new sculpting. He is on a larger buck, and we'll show that in comparisons. But we keep saying, things get, what are the next steps? What are the next things that Bobby's going to actually do for the line? And we're looking at it right now. So without further ado, let's just kind of showcase the new head here of the Black. And You know, Bobby's been saying about incorporating additional paint decos and keeping the cost down. This is seen right here. I mean, this new head sculpt is just detailed as all get out, and that wash just brings it all up front. Of this top part of a skull, it just looks really awesome, and it does just look exactly like the logo. It's kind of crazy. The detail on the tentacles here coming out underneath the skull look awesome. The teeth here look really, really great. Just again, this is a showpiece subline, and it's very well done. Going down, again, we'll take this off here in a little bit, but we've got this dark green compression style shirt here underneath, you know, with these new biceps and such. I'm assuming this is the same body buck that Blackbeard's going to be rocking. Definitely looks a little juiced. Yeah, here's the back. Get this new belt. Nice big hefty legs. Texture on the pants is really nice. We got these accessories we'll talk about. Down to these newly sculpted boots. Just overall, it's really phenomenal, to say the least. So, yeah, this is nice. The soft goods, we got a nice wired hood here that you can, you know, put in whatever direction you want, or you can have it back and then wired across here. We do have a stitch on this one side to kind of give it a little more flash and kind of pull it up here, but it's pretty long, as you can see here. You know, you can pull it down and cover most of his body. And again, in the back, we do have a hole here, and that's going to be to help use some of the accessories. Got a stitch across here, like I said, to go across for this this little section. Stitching is really nicely done. No frays, no wire sticking out anywhere. This fabric for the soft goods, it is a nicer fabric, nice semi-matte satin finish. So I mean, it'll look great for your photography. And again, it's strong enough. The wire is strong enough, so if you want to flourish it out and up, I'm not the best at the right now, but there you go. I mean, it'll stand. Looking at some of the accessories on the body, we have this holster. It's going to be used for his weapon, obviously. Got some painted shells here on the side, painted buckles all the way around here in the front. Texture on the leather for this. We have a knife sheath on this side, straps around, and we'll take the head off here so you can see the rest of the body. And just for S&Gs, this is a definite close-up here of the skull. Again, nicely done. 2 pieces here, it looks like. For the tentacles, 3 pieces, tentacles, and then the skull itself. Take off the soft goods. Here's your body buck. Like I said, he's a bigger body. Definitely not skipping out on the upper body workout. These shoulders are nice and tall. Definitely creates that heroic pose. At this point, we're going to talk a little bit about a PSA that came with this figure for the weekend. So when you purchased your black exclusive, not only did you get the box, but you also get this little baggie that has another torso in. All right. And it reads, at Valaverse we care, in a small percentage of the black exclusive figures, we found that the upper torso may pop off easily. We've adjusted the lower torso part and included an extra part should you experience the issue and would like to swap it out for a tighter fit. So what he's saying is there's a percentage of figures that this part pops off very easily, right? You can see a little bit of the engineering here, that straight ball peg going down into the socket here into the lower torso. So you want to pop it out, you can heat it up, take it off. They're giving you a new one. I'm assuming that those will come with every purchase of the black, unless he has gotten them to swap that piece out in time before shipping. Don't know, but just a little bit to be aware of that in case you start seeing reviews or people bitching online that, oh my god, it falls apart, blah blah blah. He's already addressed it and making it available for everyone at this point. Let's get him put back together and talk about accessories. We're going to start off with what we always get with every Valaverse figure. But we get a figure stand, and this one is new. It's got this nice cracked concrete look. You know, it's got a nice texture on there. Not super shiny. Nice, you know, it's all in the bottom there. Valaverse 2025. So 6 pegs, like usual. Slot in the back for the combat profile if you cut it out. Next, we have, of course, a series of hands. Now, like I said, this is a new sculpt, so we have this nice kind of like bone finger sculpt on the gloves. I can only imagine how good they're going to look whenever the rest of the black come out and you have these you know, painted up. You know, or you can put a nice little dry brush if you want on your figure to customize it. But we get a pair of trigger fingers, which means, of course, we're going to get our regular series of hands. So we get our fists, and there's a better look at that sculpt. We get our item holding hands, which we're going to be using here in a little bit. Our C-grip cupping hands. Took a little bit of effort, but it popped out. No heat required. And for the record, I haven't heated this figure up. So we'll get the item holding hand in on this side. And yeah, you can see, as you know, we were saying, there's a small percentage that this is loose. I mean, now that it popped off, it is very easy to move. We also have some weaponry. So we'll start out with something we've seen here most recently in a weapons pack Lima, and that is this double barrel sawed-off shotgun. Which has an opening break, so that's cool. Nice, you know, silver, black accents on the handle and underneath the barrels here, and that will fit into this side holster. Yeah, it's a little wide, you know, but you also are carrying a double barrel shotgun, so you're going to need a little bit of space to, you know, to walk around, but it slides in there perfectly. Nice, well tolerance, not coming out, looks good. All right, so we took care of one holster. Let's talk about the other one, and that's going to be for his combat knife here. Really nice looking. Again, it's that same silver gunmetal with a black accent for the grip. The handle looks good, not bending at all. Actually a little bit sharp right there at the end, and that's going to go into this right here. This little sheath goes in easy, not coming out. 2 for 2. So let's go to his last weapon, and that is going to be this really gnarly looking machete. Got texture, a wood texture with 3 you know, nuts to hold the wood together on either side of the blade or the handle. Got this end here, silver for the blade, nice and firm, and you know, has enough give that's not going to break or bend. We have this really big sheath here, nice texture look on this, and then this black or brown on the end. There's the hole for it. Nice peg to go into the back, and that's not wobbly or anything like that. So we'll just follow the shape and slide it in place like so. Not coming out. Nice even look. I will say, you know, just still be careful, just so you're not going to you know, scratch up any paint on that blade. But there's that. And on the back here, I showed we had this hole in his cloak, and that allows you to easily access the hole in the back. You can plug it in real easy. Goes in there smooth, and also not coming out. So now you have him all armed up, but what is a pirate without a hat? And what we have here is a tricorn. This is popular in the 18th century. You got 3 folds here for the brim to fold up around the crown of the hats or the wearer's head. Beautiful sculpt and texture on this as well to really bring out that leather look. So let's see how that fits on the skull. So we'll bring them right up closer for you. That skull looks so good. So let's just put the tricorn on. Real easy, real easy. Not coming off. I'm, you know, shaking it pretty hard here. That's cool. You can even put it back a little bit if you want. If he wants to give a little attitude, or put it a little straighter, and you got that look. Now, I don't know if the hood is going to allow you to cover that up, but why would you want to? I think that looks really, really sharp. That's the black, all accessoried up, holding everything. So let's see how he looks holding the weapons in hand. All right, there he is, wielding that big ass machete and pulling off a couple shots with his double barrel shotgun. What do we need? I think we need some blast effects. So hold on one second. All right, so if we're going to be using the double barrel shotgun, we are going to pull from Weapons Pack Lima and Weapons Pack Lima 2, which we'll talk about in a different video. But yeah, let's give him a blast effect. So again, for a little aside, we have this, you know, gunmetal and black for the blacks shotgun. We have, for those that didn't get it yet, this is the shotgun that we got with Weapons Pack Lima. And then this is what Weapons Pack 2 for Lima looks like. It's subtle, but there's a wash across this here, which definitely gives a little more depth and character. Anyway, we got our double barrel blast effect that comes in Lima. So let's go ahead and get that on the black here. And that just slides in. And there you go. Now he's off and firing away. So for articulation, I stripped off the soft goods and stuff just to help showcase all the new range that this body should be able to get for us. And we're going to start with the top here. So we'll just pull him in here close. And he is on that ball hinge and ball peg system that we've seen with the new necks. So, yep, you can turn. So looking forward and down. Again, those tentacles are soft. Not too soft and pliable, but with that you can still get down a fair amount. And then that's your up right there. So pretty good range. So if he's swimming, if you want to have him swimming, he can at least look where he's going. But yeah, and you got some actual tilt and nuance there with that ball peg at the bottom. So not bad at all for the articulation. Shoulders, again with these big old shoulders here, we can still easily get our T-pose. Nice generous ball or butterflies here on him. Definitely flexing forward, flex back, so he can go back that far with his body. We got our bicep cut, our double jointed elbows on this large body, nice rounded edges for the elbows. Torso, again, mine is loose here, so thankfully we get that other torso piece. I'll do that after the video, but if you don't mind that, you don't want to swap it out, you get a lot of range here. It does get a little gappy if you go all the way back, but you know, You got all this side and stuff here. So looking at them straight on, using both, you can go forward that far. You can go back that far with breaking the sculpt. Down here, the bottom ball peg. Whoops, he popped off again. The bottom ball peg here, you can get around a little bit. It does hit the upper belt here, so not that you're going to need to do a 360, but you know, you can get a little extra tilt and such, but a lot of motion that you can get here in the upper torso. Down here at the bottom part of the torso, you know, like I said, this is a harder plastic. It's not a soft diaper, but you get your drop downs that will allow you to kick up that far. With the drop downs, you can go back that far. So that means with them down, you can get your walking pose going. Got your thigh cut. Nice double jointed knees. Gives you a nice range all the way back there. Again, nice rounded cut. This top part does look a little ugly. I'm not going to lie about that. With this, you know, the cap just kind of sticking out there in the center. So, but that, you know, it's with the sculpt. But yeah, that's not super pretty. But at least it's not sharp edges. So, what do we got down here? We have a boot cut. That's a good thing for T-Man 978. And then we got ankle down, one good click. Ankle up, not too much higher. And then you got your pivot. So standard articulation, but on this new body, I mean, you're getting a lot of motion up here in the upper part. Yeah, I like that. So now the other part of the gimmick here, since he is Series 6, and we've got removable arms, right? So we're going to go ahead and pop this out. Very easy. And you can see the cap there. I will use the Mail Away Wraith 2.0. So there it is. Pop that off. Let's see how that looks in here. There is your Wraith Ghost arm on the black. But that's a robot arm. What about a human arm? All right, and there he is with a Army Builder arm. Let's go ahead and get that original arm back on. There we go. All right, let's double check his weapon, so we know that he can still hold something and it's not going to flop down. All right, so pull this off 2 times, right? And then, like I said, still holds his weapon up. So going to comparisons, we're going to start with the tool we just touched, and that is the Wraith Praetorian 2.0 and the Battalion Raider Army Builder. So this is what the Corsair Army Builder buck's going to be. And I swapped out the Praetorian and brought in the Bone Collector 2.0 because I wanted to check something and potentially answer a question that you may have, and that is, can the tricord hat sit on any other figures? So let's try it out. Let's promote our Battalion Raider. All right. There it is. Sits fairly well. Shaking that pretty hard and it's not coming off. But what about if we wanted to swap out one of the more emotive heads? So let's look at Bone Collector 2.0. Little too big for the Bone Collector. So he can't do a ship on his own. Let's just say everything from Series 6 could potentially hold that head. For some more comparisons, here we have the Hasbro ESU Police and the Soldiers of Fortune, the Agent. I think that's what his name is. Yeah, Agent the Spy. And here he is with another Zolocon exclusive. This is the Operation Monster Force Black Watch Shadow Wraith. Had to cheat. But yeah, so there's another exclusive pickup that I will talk about. I haven't really talked about Monster Force that much. I got some figures and stuff. That'll definitely be a topic for later. Another comparison with another new toy line. That's the Flex Hobby Acid Rain. This is the Proteus off of Wave 1. Haven't talked about these yet. I'm waiting on my Wave 1.5 to come in from Chosen Prime. So final impressions of the Valaverse Zolocon exclusive early debut of Series 6 Subline, the black. I'm really excited for this this line. I know there's a lot of hype around the black, not only from the fandom, but Bobby's creativity, and then seems to be reignited with this line because he's provided more context in his combat profiles for the black than he has for the majority of his other figures in these past couple waves. A little criticism on that. I love world building. I wish we got a little more of an update of the Action Force world overall, but we are getting this new faction in, so that's exciting to be a part of and see what is going to be coming out with the rest of Series 6 and beyond with the storyline. But looking back at this figure, the sculpt work, the new library of parts, definitely looks cool. Good catch early enough here for everyone that we'll get that extra torso to swap things out. As you can tell, I'm part of that small percentage that the top pops off pretty easily. Not mad about it because you're already going to get the part, so you don't have to worry about bitching online about it. But people will go to anyway. Nitpicks though, there are just a couple minor ones. I wish there was some sort of overlay on this arm. It kind of, you got this sculpted in part here, which the wraps and stuff for this hand, but this hand just looks a little unfinished. And that could, like I said, a simple little overlay on that would have done wonders. So if I had to rate this guy overall, from my scale of 1 to 3, 1 meaning don't worry about this at all, 3 meaning he's a must, he gets a very strong 3. This is a really awesome start to the black. Accessories are cool, sculpt work is awesome, articulation for this new library of parts is really cool. So do want to close out with a couple things that I did pick up with this figure. So at the booth there were these really cool little stickers. So if you're going to go to any other conventions, grab a sticker with the black on it. I also did pick up the set of 4 poker chips. So we have, here is the spoils chip. This is 25 spoils, a blue, and that is worth 50 spoils. Then you get green, that's 100 spoils. And finally, you get the black. But I was also fortunate enough to get a challenge coin. So this is nice. This is made from Lone Star challenge coins, highest quality challenge coins, period. American, veteran managed. There's the website if you want to go and order your own challenge coins. But we've got the black 2026 Valaverse, and I am number 49. They are few, we are many. So I'm going to challenge you guys in the comments. What number coin did you pick up this weekend at Zolocon 2026? Let me know in the comments below. So that's everything for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're excited for Series 6 and what the black can entail. So let me know. And if you've gotten this far, thank you so much as always. Please like, subscribe, share, hype, all the jargon that you hear from everyone on the ToyTuber views and news. Again, join us on Thursdays, and thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll talk again soon, but until then, enjoy your collection. Bye.